Hello all. In this presentation, we are going to talk about the ocean energy. Same as the last presentation, ocean energy, but it's a continuation of ocean energy. Like there, we have seen like different types of ocean energies, like wave energy or tidal energy, OTEC. That is ocean thermal energy conversion system, OTEC. So in that OTEC, like we have a closed loop, open loop, and a hybrid cycle. Okay, open cycle, closed cycle we have seen in the last presentation. Just go and watch that last presentation. In here, like we will see the hybrid cycle. Okay, so hybrid cycle is nothing but it's a combination of both our closed cycle and the open cycle. Okay, so there is no difference, like it is a combination of closed and open cycle, hybrid cycle. Okay, so the working principle, I mean the cycle of working principle, that is, here you can see both are there here together. We can, because maybe the cost, it is not that cost is cost effective like compared to open loop and the closed loop, because there only one of the loop will be there. It is going to closed with the cycle, or open with the water. Again the water is coming back to the seawater. Here they've applied both the things. Okay, so here like this plant is going to work on a principle of like ranking cycle. I think ranking cycle we have studied in the last subject, I think in the ATD or BTD, I'm not sure. Like ranking cycle, and also in the schools or the PU also we have studied about this. Okay, how this energy conversion is going to happen in the hybrid cycle. So it is all depend upon the rankings cycle. Okay, so here like we can see, as I said, it's a both combination of open loop and closed loop. Here like the warm water is used to evaporate working fluid like ammonia. Here the warm water is acting in such a way, it is going to act like a ammonia. And also like some of the studies that is suggest that OTEC system can provide both electricity and the water. Okay, maybe to penetrate the, that marketplace more readily than the plants dedicated to only to the power generation. Like only people will be concentrating on the power generation. So compared to that, like if the both the things are there, so that will be advantage, right? That is generating both electricity and also the both providing electricity and water. So maybe that is the advantage of a hybrid cycle. And also hybrid cycles combine the like portable water production, that capabilities of whatever it is in the open cycle, with the potential for large electricity generation, so offered by the closed cycle. So here several hybrid cycles variants have been proposed. Okay, so typically like open cycle, warm surface seawater, it is going to evaporate in a partial vacuum. So that is the thing. And this low pressure, acting like this low pressure steams into a heat exchanger, where it is employed to vaporize the water with a low boiling point. For example, such as ammonia. During this process, most of the steam whatever it is stored, condensed, that is going to be happening as a portable water. That ammonia, like whatever the vapor which is storing through a simple closed cycle, it is going to condensed with using that cold sea water. So what will happen, that uncondensed steam and the other gases existing in that ammonia, particularly that uncondensed steam and gases which is happening in the, I mean which is present in the ammonia, that is going to evaporate through the evaporator. Maybe further it is going to cool by heat transfer. So either the liquid ammonia leaving the ammonia condenser, or the cold water versus the sea cold water, that is the deep water. Okay, so whatever the steam it is used intermediate in the heat transfer medium between the warm sea water and the ammonia, simultaneously that potential for that ammonia evaporator is going to reduced. And also another advantage of hybrid cycle, it is related to fresh water. Fresh water production is that condensation occurs with the high pressure in the open cycle, and due to the elimination of the turbine of the steam path. Okay, that process is going to happen here, like both the mix of both the open loop and the closed loop. Next we are coming with the ocean waves. Here, like wave energy is going to caused by wind passing over water. Already we have studied about wave energy also. And also coastal lines, mainly coastal lines with an ocean which fence of 400 kilometers or more than that, are suitable for this actually. And also greater waves are found between 30 and 60-degree latitudes in both the hemispheres. That time it is good to extract the energy. And also with the less than 0.1% of wave energy converted to electricity, and we could supply more than 5 times the world's demand for the energy. So that is one of the advantage of uh, ocean waves. Okay, the and also it's very much potential. Yes. And also osmotic power, like whatever the we are getting the ocean energy, it's also called as osmotic power, or we can call it as a salinity gradient power. So the sea, whatever the that contains the salinity, according to that, the salinity gradient power it is going to decide. And also this energy is available from the differences in the salt concentration, how much the salt concentration it is there in the water, between that sea water and the river water. So that thing. And also we have different processes to take this osmosis with the small membranes in between. Okay, and the key waste product is the water which is coming out after the salinity process. This byproduct, whatever the results, it's for result of natural forces that is being harnessed, and that the flow of fresh water into the again to the sea, that are made up of salt water. Okay, so that is a thing. And also osmotic power, it is the method of generating power uh, by the pressure, whatever the pressure which is coming from the ocean waves, that too in the seashores. So there we are using the maximum efficiency. She source, it is acting as a maximum efficiency. And here in this method, like sea water, whatever it is there, it is going to pumped in a pressure chamber, that is going to pressurized water, sea water you can see in that the down part of the sea, it is going to pressurized into pumped into the pressurized chamber, then that is going to pressure lower than the between the pressures of saline water and the fresh water. So here fresh water is also pumped into the pressure chamber through a membrane, a small membrane in between, but it is going to increase both the volume and pressure of the chambers. As the pressure differences and compensated, a turbine is going to spin here, providing the kinetic energy. So like this method is adopted by many countries, including ours. Like most of other countries are taking advantages from this. So, and also osmotic power, like as I said, it is two practical methods we are having, that is reverse electrodialysis and pressure retard osmosis. But here only we have to study the basics of osmotic power, and also the working of osmotic power. And this is a byproduct of the natural forces that are being in the water, like that flow of fresh water into the sea, that are made up of the salt water itself. So that is the one of the differences. And this is the process of osmotic power, that how that water is going to uh, pass it through the salt water and the fresh water, so that small membrane is going to there. So you can see in between the box, that small membrane, it is going to pass from point A to point B. That membrane is going to take out that salinity. then that water is going to uh, transfer to the turbine. So definitely turbine is going to act same as our hydroelectric power plants. So from the hydroelectric power plant, as it is, it is going to connect it back to the grid. So that is a thing. And membrane, definitely it will retain that salt ions, whatever it is there, but allows the water through. That salt ions is going to restrict in the same membrane. It is going to struck in that membrane. So that will be very semi-permeable membrane. Okay, it is very much semi-permeable. The flow of water towards that salt water side will be observed because of the osmosis. It is going to happen, and that compartment, whatever the salt water compartment is there, so it is as a fixed volume. The pressure will increase towards the theoretical maximum of 626 bars. Okay, and also this pressure is equivalent to 270 meters high water column. So they are equating this with 270 meters high water column. So as it is, after this process, after the water is passing through the membrane, then that water is going to pass directly to the uh, turbines. Then after turbines, hydroelectric power plants, how it is work, so same as it is going to work. So this is one of the like block diagram I came up with, just same as it is you have seen in the 3D picture. Okay, so this is just in what to say, the block diagram. So block diagram will be helpful for the exam. Freshwater supply, salt water supply. Okay, freshwater directly it is circulating without the filter. Salt water definitely we have to keeping the filter in between, and definitely both are passing with the membranes. But here only one changes is salt water is going to pass the membrane and it is going to mixing with the fresh water supply. Okay, so this is about osmotic power plants. Thank you.